Hello and welcome to my cards for the week. Today is Sunday, the 1st of August, 2021. August energies, Leo energies, the Lion Gate portal energies, 2021 energies. It's just all beautiful, beautiful energy. And a massive source of inspiration, a massive source of healing. It's just, you create from it what you want. And you can put on it whatever meaning you choose. But the thing is, we don't always believe that. So let's see what the cards have in store. Now, I'm going to go back to doing it how I used to do it, which was to actually pull the cards while on video, rather than pull them before. Because there's something about the spontaneity of it all that is serving me, I think. It just makes me feel a little bit more buzzy. So I'm going to see how that works. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and I am an intuitive energy healer and mentor. Some of the things that I do, just to let you know, things that are super important at this time in raising your vibration and expanding into higher levels of consciousness. I work with the emotion code for emotional healing, to release trapped emotions from within your energy field. I also use Psych K. I'm a Psych K facilitator, which is the belief changing modality, whereby we use brain integration activities to install positive beliefs, more life affirming beliefs, more self-love beliefs. So if you're thinking that the world is not a very nice place, you can shift that belief, okay, to one that is serving you, one that is going to expand you and raise your frequency. I'm also a soul realignment practitioner, which means when you're ready to dig deep into your healing and have a look at past life scenarios and perhaps release some trauma from past lives if you have brought it into this life with you, while also looking at who you are at soul level. Why did you incarnate at this time? What did you come here to do? And all the answers to those massive questions, like what is the meaning of life, right? Well, what meaning do you want to put on your life? Okay, so all of those things you can find out more about at my website at deborahjanesutton.com. If you're looking for some free content, which I understand in these times, please check out my first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness, which is free to download from my website at deborahjanesutton.com. And also check out my Lessons in Awakening here on YouTube. Lots of free content there to help you navigate your healing journey in 2021. So I hope that summarized it all for you. Look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions about any of that. So let's get stuck in. Can we please see what cards we have for this week? Thank you. Do we have any more? I've got them face down already. That's the way I prefer to work for some strange reason. Do we have anything else for this week, this first week of August? Do we have anything else? Any other guidance? Thank you. Those two came out when I said guidance. I love the way it works. And this one wants to come out. Okay, I've got 5 now. That's quite a lot for me. So let's see. Do we have anything else? Do we have anything else? No. That's it. Let's dive straight in. As I said, they're face down. So this is all being done very spontaneously. Let's see what comes up. I'm feeling very energized by this. So I think there you go. The Ace of Pentacles says it all. That's probably why I'm buzzing today. So aces are new beginnings, absolute new beginnings come in. We've got the new beginning of the month. You know, we've got these new beginnings that are coming in with this high light that's coming in, this high frequency light. It's giving us all an opportunity to process the emotions that are stuck within us, whether they're from this lifetime, other lifetimes, whether they're from the collective. We're all working for the collective now, right? So it's all about just releasing the lower frequencies. I mean, we don't actually have to do very much. We just need to be open and receptive to the light coming in, because when light comes in and we integrate it into ourselves, the darkness, as in the lower frequency stuff, will just naturally go. Okay, that's the process. And Pentacles is typically business, career, finance, but As I've said before, I will say it again to anyone new. If your business is making a shed load of money, then it's considered to be a success, regardless of whether you're happy, healthy, or in love. We are creating the new earth. We are creating a new paradigm. We are not focusing 100% on money. Yes, we need it. Yes, financial security is important. But if we focus 100% on that and not on our health, happiness, and our ability to be in the state of being of love, okay, then what is the point? Right? So my interpretation of Pentacles is therefore abundance activity. What do you do that creates your abundance, creates your abundance of joy? I mean, I'm a good example of this, right? Look at me, full of joy already, just by playing with my cards, okay? So what brings you joy? And it will also bring you abundance in all areas. It brings you love, it brings you health, it brings you happiness, it brings you that higher frequency. That in turn will bring some financial security in. Might not be as much as you've been used to, but we're moving into a new paradigm where we don't need as much. Okay, we're putting our principles are on different matters. Our principles are on love. Okay, so this is the beginning of all of that. It's the beginning of the new earth. Okay, and it is super, super exciting. So my question to you is, what are you doing that brings you your abundance? And when I say abundance, don't automatically think of only money. It includes money, of course, but not only money. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? What makes you feel love? What brings you love? Walking in nature. I have to say walking in nature because it does it for everybody. Is there anybody that walks in nature and doesn't feel better? Mm-mm. Right? Just looking at flowers, smelling them, whatever, just connecting with the earth, barefoot, on the grass, what have you, playing with animals, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this week, already I'm understanding that it's about what brings you joy, how can you do it more often, how can you bring more of it into your life? You need to make time to do more of it. You need to shift things around. You need to make changes because if you're not making changes, then you're not evolving in 2021. Beautiful, beautiful, spiritually guided. It's also earth, okay? It's the element of earth, which means it's stable, it's steady, it's secure, and we're on Mother Earth. So it's perfect. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, stand your ground. Stand your ground. This often comes up after that, after I say all of that. I look at this as being these naysayers. This is about courage and conviction in what you're doing. And these are the people that are saying to you, you can't do that. You're not good enough. You can't afford it. You can't afford the money. You can't afford the time. You're a parent, whatever. You've got responsibilities. These are all the naysayers. But you need to remember that any naysayers around you are a reflection of the parts of you that don't trust yourself, the parts of you that are naysaying yourself. Because we do that. We have programming. And when we take a leap of faith, the part of us that wants to go for the challenge is the greater part of us, which is fantastic. We're listening to our higher self. But there is still this human programming within some cells of the body that is saying, are you good enough? Can you do this? Should I be doing this? There's all that self-doubt. Of course, we all have it. Okay. And the people around you that are saying these things, that are doubting you, are just reflecting back your own self-doubt. Keep that in mind when you listen to the naysayers. And they're not saying it to be horrible or to put you down. Well, some might be, but I doubt it. Unless you're being that cruel to yourself, because they will be reflecting you putting yourself down, right? When you start trusting in yourself and you start believing in yourself and you start just being willing, I keep wanting to say willing, I'm going to put a link to my video on the importance of willingness. When you're just willing and you just throw your arms open and say, yeah, I'm ready to receive more light. I'm ready to make changes so that that light can integrate into the cells of my body, pass through my human vessel into my physical manifestations. Okay, so there are changes because the non-physical thought form in light form, the frequency is coming in, that's what's going to pass through you, and you're going to create through you, through your thoughts, your beliefs, and the emotions that you attach to them, through your deeds, through your actions, through your words, you are going to create your new manifestations. That's how it happens. That's quantum manifestation, okay? So you need courage and conviction to do that. You need to understand that your future lies in your frequency. Your future doesn't lie in your family even. Your future doesn't lie in your job. Your future doesn't lie in your bank balance, that's for sure. Your future doesn't lie in what other people think of you. Your future doesn't lie in anything but your frequency. Your frequency is what's creating it. So if something gives you joy, like this is giving me joy, you need to do it. Whether anyone responds or not, it doesn't matter. It's the process of expressing that divinity through your humanity. It's that process that is going to raise your frequency. It doesn't matter if one person sees you or nobody sees you or a million people see you. The universe doesn't know the difference between 1 and a million. It's about you expressing you, because you are the creator of your own reality. Get it? I hope that makes sense. The next one. Okay, we are dealing with grief. I'm going to come back to the emotional healing. Okay. Again, my first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness, download it. It had lots of self-healing techniques to understand these trapped emotions, okay, that we want to release, heartache, stuff like that. Also, get in touch if you want any emotion code sessions, but also my Lessons in Awakening cover the emotion code as well. It's a self-help book. You can buy it and follow my YouTube videos to help you learn how to use it for yourself. Okay, it's all about empowering yourself. All right, rather than having to go to anyone outside of you. This is also referring to the grief that comes from the changes that are going on. Because there are changes going on, as I said before. If you're not making big changes, then you're not evolving, right? And so, of course, there's some grief. There's people that are choosing to pass over at this time. There are a lot of people are moving location, moving house. A lot of relationships are ending because they're not resonating with each other anymore. A lot of people are leaving their jobs. A lot of people are feeling forced to leave their jobs. But just think about it. Are you being forced to leave your job, or is that the right thing for you to do? Perhaps it's time for you to do that. There's this Chinese proverb that I absolutely love, which says, when it's time for you to move on, if you don't move on, right, the universe will create everything around you to stink for your own benefit. In other words, when everything around you goes sour, right, and you feel victimized or you feel persecuted, that's just the universe telling you, get out, do something else, take your skills and grow, do something more. There's a lot of people around, oh, I've been in this job for 20 years and I feel like I have to leave, but I don't want. Well, if you've been in there 20 years, it's time that you leave. And if you have all the skills and the experience and the knowledge now, go and take it to the next level in the new earth. Because if you're working in a system or an environment that is one of the many systems that are crumbling at the moment, then it's time to get out and go and create from scratch with the help of soulmates, whatever it is that you do, whether you're into healing, whether you're into leading others, whether you're into whatever you're into, education, okay, whatever you're into doing. It's time to do it in a new way, in the new earth, okay? So this is the grief that comes with those leads, but just understand that it's serving you. It's there for a purpose, because it is time to move on. And it does, when you understand that, it does help you cope with it. You know, it's sadness, but you understand why it's there, and you understand that by moving on, that sadness will go and more light will come in. More joy will come in, more peace, more harmony, more inspiration, more understanding of how you create your own reality. Okay, right, let's have a look at the next one. Yeah, okay. This was a bit of a no-brainer after what I've just said. So we have the death card, and I actually love the death card. I mean, a lot of people are, you know, scared of it. Of course, it can refer to physical death. I've already mentioned some people are choosing to pass over at this time. You know, soul contracts, what have you. There are no victims. There are only volunteers. If you want to know what I mean by that, you can read Dolores Cannon, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. I'll put a link in below to her book. But the death, everything is energy, and this is referring to the end of an energy cycle. So this is exactly what I've just been talking about. It's the end of maybe a house that you've been living in, a location that you've been living in, a job that you've been doing, a relationship that you've been doing. It can also refer to a way of thinking. You're having an aha moment, and you're actually moving away from perhaps egoic beliefs. You're moving away from the programming beliefs. And perhaps that you have created an identity around some of your flaws. Perhaps you've created an identity around some egoic aspects of your personality. And that's what's going. That's what's moving on. But isn't it glorious? Isn't it beautiful how that happens? It happens in a way that it serves you. So this, I mean, horses are always positive movement forward. Where there's death, there's rebirth. There has to be. It's the way it works. This is the quantum universe. Okay? Understanding that people have chosen to pass at this time will hopefully help with some of this grief as well. But it isn't, as I said, just about people passing. This is, there's a dawn here in the background. This is the dawn of the age of Aquarius. This is the new earth. This is the dawn of the new earth. This is the dawn of heaven on earth. You are creating your own version of heaven on earth. And those systems and those systems that are built on manipulation, control, and negative intentions of greed, and monopoly and things like that, but they don't have that. It's all consciousness, it's all energy, and it's a consciousness that's low frequency that doesn't belong in the new earth, in heaven on earth. In heaven on earth, there's love, people being cooperative. You know, you might say, oh, you're just dreaming, the world isn't like that. You're right. The world today, presently, isn't like that. But when you understand that you create your own reality, you can create your world like that. Oh, I'm just one person. Yeah, you know, like Rumi said, you're not just a drop in the ocean, you're the whole ocean in one drop. You're not just one human being in the universe, you're the whole universe in one human being, and you get to create whatever you choose. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner we get to create heaven on earth as a collective. Because you understand that a lot of people have spent, you know, it's a frequency thing. A lot of people have spent the last 18 months in fear and having a really, really bad time. And other people have spent the last 18 months thoroughly enjoying themselves, right? You have to ask yourself why. Why? How is that? Now, we are all living in the same world, but we are living at different frequencies. And only the frequencies, like attracts like. You need to look at my lessons in awakening. Like attracts like. So the frequency that you are is the frequency that you are creating. So if you want to create a world of love, you need to be love. You need to raise your frequency. You need to raise your self-love. Self-love is the be-all and end-all. Okay, and then to get to a state of being. Love is a state of being. And when you get to that state of being, you're creating a world of that state. You're creating a state of love. You're creating a heaven on earth, whatever you choose to create with it. If you are vibrating in fear or anger, like attracts like. That's exactly what you're going to be creating. So that's why now is the time to get rid of all those things, all those beliefs. There's millions of beliefs that we've been told as babies. You know, there's that phrase, from the cradle to the grave. Anything you were told in the cradle, you'll believe it until the day you die. Well, this is your death card. So die while you're still living so that you can be reborn and then create your own beliefs from your own divine inspiration, from your own desires and what you want to do to create heaven on earth. So this is the end of something, but it's the end of something that needs to go. Because when this energy goes, something new's coming in, and the last card is that news. I love it. There's a little bit of travel here. Pages are opportunities and offers. I love it. Cups is your emotionally fulfilling suit of tarot. It's also your creative, your intuitive, and your spiritual suit of tarot. So this is young, it's new, there's something coming in. It could be some different travel involved. Okay, maybe just local travel, something different going on, okay? There's a little ship coming in, but you have to go through this. You know, it's a process, it's energy. It's not personal. I want to say to you, it's not personal, it's just how energy works, okay? So the fish is wisdom. So this is about studying spiritual wisdom, spiritual teachings, or at least meditating and freeing up your mind and your time and your energy to do what you love so that you can listen to your own higher self. Listen to those ideas coming in. Where are they coming in from? They're your ideas, your inspiration, your dreams. They're not mine. So why are they coming to you? Because you're meant to be realizing them. You're meant to be acting on them. They're coming from your higher self. You are your higher self. Okay, so this is an opportunity coming in to do something differently. So all these people that are thinking that they're being forced to leave their job, no. Look at it from another way, because that's putting you in victim mode, right? That's putting you in victimhood. Think of it this way. You have the opportunity to fly, to take your knowledge, your understanding, your spiritual lessons, what you know, put it all together with your divine inspiration and fly. There are channels going forward. Look around you. There are people. You might feel very alone. You might feel like there are not many people you can talk to at the moment because not everyone's on the same wavelength. But you know what? There are so many people waking up at the moment. I'm seeing it everywhere I go. It's like there's also people not waking up at the moment, which I see that everywhere I go as well. But it's all good. It's all divine timing. And when you meet the right people, you'll know it. And they're going to support you in going forward. This is a new heart-based direction. You're taking what you've done and you're going into a new heart-based direction. We are taking everything that we've learned up till this time and we are taking it forward into the new earth. We're working as a collective. We're working alone to create our own heaven on earth. And then that frequency, obviously, is serving the collective. I hope that makes sense because there's something beautiful going on. And I think when you understand that, it helps you deal with the naysayers. It helps you understand that that's just a part of you that's still stuck in programming. No judgment because we're all there. There's some grief going on, but that's okay to feel the sadness. Sit and feel the sadness. Don't fight it. Have a little cry if you need to. It's fine. Have a little cry, but do it from a higher level of consciousness. Do it from your higher self. Okay, my human's feeling a little bit overwhelmed with sadness at the moment and grief. That's okay. Okay, human, go and sit outside in the middle of the night, look at the stars and have a little cry. Why not? If you separate, if you talk to your human, you are your higher self. So talk to your human from your higher self. And it's okay, just love your human. Love your human's been programmed. So just love them and help them, okay? And talk to them. You know the higher ground. The problem is when our human is trying to deal with it all in the density of the third dimension. So just keep that conversation going between your higher self and your human. You are your higher self. Just love your human. They're doing a grand job. They're doing a grand job. And when they feel this grief, just know what's going on. Just love yourself a little bit more. I hope that all makes sense. I hope that all makes sense. It came out nicely for me anyway. I feel good. I hope that helps. If you need any help, get in touch and I'd love to work with you. And as I said, check out my Lessons in Awakening. And what a beautiful start to August, a beautiful start to August. You know what? Navigating 2021 is so much easier when you can see it from a higher level of consciousness, when you can view it from a different perspective. And when you can do that, it makes everything, it just helps you deal with things more easily. It helps you detach from that density. Even though you can see the density, you can feel the density, but it helps you transmute the density. It helps you alchemize it into higher frequencies of love, peace, harmony, joy, and all those wonderful things. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.